Welcome to Learn English in Real Life. No grammar lessons, no textbook, just listening. I'm Alex, and today's topic is something we all need. How living in the moment. Maybe you've heard this before. Be present. But what does it really mean? And how can it help your life and your English? Let's begin. We all want to feel happy, focused, and alive. But most of the time, our minds are somewhere else. Maybe you're thinking about what happened yesterday. Maybe you're worried about something that hasn't happened yet. We live in a world full of distractions, phones, work, responsibilities, and often we forget to just be where we are. Psychologists say that people are happiest when they live in the moment. That means focusing your attention on what's happening now, not on the past or the future. But this isn't easy. Our brains are always jumping, and sometimes we think too much. We imagine problems that don't exist yet. We relive old memories. We worry. We plan. We judge. So how do we change that? Some researchers believe we can train our minds just like we train our bodies. If you go to the gym every day, your muscles get stronger. And if you practice being in the moment every day, your mind gets calmer, clearer, and happier. But why does this matter? Because when you are fully present, your brain works better, your memory improves, you feel more connected to other people, you enjoy your life more. Even the small things like the taste of tea or the sound of rain. And there's more. When you're present, you also learn better. That means your English improves faster. You understand more. You remember words more easily. So learning to live in the moment is not just good for your heart, it's also good for your brain. Let me tell you something interesting. In one famous study, people were given small devices. These devices would beep at random times during the day. When the beep came, people had to write what they were doing and what they were thinking about. The results were surprising. People were happier when they were focused on their activity, no matter what it was, even washing dishes or doing homework. But when their minds were somewhere else, they felt more stress and less joy. So the question is, how can we train our attention to stay here in this moment? Let's explore some ways together. Sometimes we believe we need to do more to feel better, work harder, plan smarter, stay busy. But that's not always the answer. Many people work all day, run from one task to another, and still feel tired and empty. Why? Because they are not really there in their own life. Their mind is somewhere else. Let's imagine something. You're walking in a park. The trees are green. Birds are singing. The sun is warm. But your mind is full of emails, deadlines, and problems. You're not enjoying the walk. You're living in your thoughts. You don't even see the flowers. But what if you stopped for a second? What if you looked around and took a deep breath? That small moment could change everything. One way to live in the moment is to do less and notice more. Next time you eat, try this. Put down your phone. Don't watch TV. Just eat. Taste every bite. Feel the texture of the food. Notice how your body feels. This is called mindfulness, and it's one of the most powerful ways to come back to now. Another helpful thing is to focus on one task at a time. We often try to do many things at once. Answer messages, cook dinner, listen to music, think about tomorrow. But the brain doesn't like that. When we multitask, we become slower and more stressed. Instead, try doing just one thing with full attention. When you work, only work. When you talk to someone, give them all your focus. When you walk, feel each step. This kind of attention brings peace. Of course, sometimes the present moment is not comfortable. Maybe you're sad, angry, or in pain, and your first thought is to escape to check your phone, eat something, or stay busy. But psychologists say, don't run. Move toward the feeling. Notice it. Say to yourself, right now, I feel anxious. Don't judge it, just feel it. Emotions come and go like waves. When you stop fighting them, they pass faster. Being in the moment also helps relationships. Think about someone you love, a friend, a partner, a family member. When you're with them, are you really present? Do you listen carefully? Or do you think about other things? Many problems in relationships happen because people are not really listening. But when you are present with someone, they feel seen, heard, and loved. That connection is powerful. Another way to feel present is to spend time in nature. Nature has its own rhythm. It's slow, calm, and full of beauty. Walk in a forest. Sit near water. Look at the sky. In those moments, your mind naturally becomes quiet. You don't need to do anything. Just observe. You feel small, but also part of something big. There's one more secret to living in the moment. It's called flow. Flow is when you're doing something you enjoy and you lose track of time. Maybe it's painting, dancing, writing, or playing a sport. You feel focused, creative, alive. Your mind is not thinking, it's just doing. Flow is one of the happiest states for the human brain. So find your flow. Do more of what brings you into full attention. But how do we deal with the future? Don't we need to think ahead? Of course, planning is useful, but worry is different. Worry is thinking about the future again and again, without action. If you can do something, do it. If not, let it go. Bring your focus back to now, because now is the only time we can live in. And here's something to remember. You don't have to be present all the time. Your mind will wander. That's okay. The goal is not to stay in the moment. The goal is to return again and again, like training a puppy. When your attention runs away, you gently bring it back, not with anger, with kindness. So now you understand the value of living in the moment. But maybe you're thinking, how do I actually practice this in real life? That's a good question. It's one thing to hear these ideas, and another thing to make them part of your daily life. Let's look at a few simple things you can try today. One easy way to start is by focusing on your breath. You don't need a quiet room or special music. Just pause for 1 minute and feel your breathing. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Notice the air entering and leaving your body. Your breath is always with you, and it can always bring you back to the present. Another helpful practice is gratitude. At the end of your day, sit down and think of 3 things you are thankful for. They don't have to be big. Maybe your morning coffee was warm and delicious. Maybe someone smiled at you. Maybe your body felt strong during a walk. When you focus on what you have, not what you lack, your mind becomes calmer and more content. Gratitude is like a light that makes the present moment brighter. Here's something else. Use your senses. Your body is a tool for presence. Try this little exercise. Stop for 30 seconds and ask yourself, what do I see? What do I hear? What do I feel on my skin? What do I smell? What do I taste? This simple check-in can ground you in reality. It brings you out of your thoughts and into your experience. You can also find presence in daily activities. Washing the dishes, feel the warm water on your hands. Walking to school, listen to the sounds around you. Brushing your teeth, notice the taste of the toothpaste, the movement of your arm. Anything can become a meditation if you give it your full attention. And don't forget, it's okay to get distracted. Everyone does. The secret is to notice when your mind leaves the present and gently bring it back. Not with anger, not with pressure, just with kindness, like a friend, like someone you care about. Living in the moment is not about being perfect. It's not about being calm all the time. It's about returning again and again to what is here now. It's about accepting life, even when it's messy or confusing. When you accept the present moment, you stop fighting with life, and that gives you peace. You don't need to change everything in your life. Just start small. One breath, one step, one moment. That's enough. And remember, the present moment is not boring. It's rich. It's full. It's alive. When you pay attention, you start to see things differently. You notice details you missed before. You enjoy simple things more deeply. You connect better with people. And you feel more awake in your own life. So let's try something together right now. Take a deep breath. Feel your body. Notice your feet on the floor. Look around you. What do you see? What do you hear? Can you feel your breath moving in and out? Now smile, even just a little. You are alive. You are here. And that is enough. Living in the moment is not just a spiritual idea. It's a skill, a habit, a practice. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Your brain actually changes. You become calmer, more focused, more open. Your relationships improve. Your stress levels go down. You laugh more. You sleep better. You feel lighter. And yes, your English gets better too. Why? Because your brain learns more when it's not busy with worry. When you listen with full attention, you understand more. When you speak without fear of mistakes, you become more fluent. When you enjoy the process, you grow faster. So keep going. Keep listening. Keep returning to this moment. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not broken. You are here. And that's the perfect place to be. Thanks for listening to Learn English in Real Life. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, no grammar lessons, no textbook, just listening. See you next time.